we recreate the disturbing guitar sounds played by Varg Vikernes on Burzum Filosofem. I'm Aaron. I did touch on this in a previous video. I did accuse Varg Vikernes of misleading us. I've spoken to a lot of people in and around the scene at the time the Burzum recordings took place. I do believe our tone search is finally coming to an end. Okay, so you heard the intro. We're getting pretty damn close to nailing this tone now. I just want to quickly add, a lot of you that are watching my videos are casual watchers. Please, it would help the channel if you could hit the subscribe button and you'll be updated of regular content. It really does help. Okay, back to the album. So, I do believe that the guitar tone was initially dialed in, then used for every track across the whole of the album. Each song was dual tracked, meaning there were 2 tracks, generally in stereo, one left, one right. I did not believe this was the same for every track, meaning the drums and bass across the album. The production will show you that itself if you just listen in carefully. Something like, say, the drums will vary from song to song. If you go back to the album right now and have a quick listen, you'll hear that. Let's take a listen to the riffs in the song Beholding. You get a clear indication of what's going on because I'm going to cut the instruments out of the song in little sections so you can hear the guitars by themselves quite clear. What I do believe is true, Varg Vikernes states he used a West tone pearl white in colour. Numerous photos online have showed he did own a West tone guitar, and the model would be a Pantera. This was a mid-price Japanese guitar, mid-80s, early 90s. Today's equivalent, you would say, would be an Ibanez ESP. Look at something Indonesian with a humbucker in the bridge. Well, there you go. So there's tip number 1. Get yourself a mid-tier Ibanez ESP. Humbucker in the bridge, nothing too hot. You want passive, not an active pickup. So here's another clip that I recorded from the album. What I want you to do is listening carefully now. Listen to the fine details, the note separation. When I play a chord, listen to the high strings ring through. This will actually help you dial in the tone yourself. Then listen to it on the album. You can exactly hear that there is note separation on the album. So, from all of my research, I can safely tell you that Varg Vikernes, despite what he states, did not use the fuzz pedal or a fuzz pedal to record that disturbing guitar sound on Burzum Filosofem. Now, the pedal used is a Boss HM2. Varg was good friends with Euronymous. Euronymous is famously known for using an SD1 and a Boss HM2. We've covered that in another video. So to think that he didn't borrow gear and sound, you'd be quite naive to think that wasn't the case. As for the amplifier used on Burzum Filosofem, Varg Vikernes has stated he didn't use a guitar amplifier at all. In fact, he has stated that he did use a stereo system that he acquired from his brother. This traces back from my research to a stereo known as a Tandberg Solve Super. So let's go back and listen to a clip of what we came up with when recreating the sound of Burzum Filosofem. I just want to refresh your memory, and then we'll reveal what I used to get these tones today. What exactly did I use when recreating Burzum Filosofem guitar tone? For guitars, I simply used the Ibanez you hear in every clip that I basically play now. It's stock, I haven't done any mods to it, straight off the shelf. What you buy is what I played. It is similar in specs to what Varg would have played when initially recording Burzum Filosofem. Pedals. I used my 1987 made in Japan Boss HM2. I'll show you a photo of the exact settings I used when creating the tones. Amps. Okay, so this was a tricky one. I couldn't get my hands on the exact stereo that Varg used to create his guitar tone, so I managed to track down an old stereo from Russia. Looked like it had the same sort of specs, so I can't imagine the sound created was far from the original that he got. Leave a comment below and share how it is that you get the Burzum Filosofem guitar tone with your rig.